According to forecasts of online trading banks, Bitcoin prices could grow sharply and reach $2,000 in 2017. These forecasts are related to President Donald Trump's policies. Expectations from new policies could boost economic demand, with the dollar rising. These banks predict that Bitcoin prices could rise above 180% and reach the $2,000 mark. Donald Trump's policies apply to financial expenditures. The U.S. economy will probably have the following scenario: the policy of economic growth but also the risk of galloping inflation. Then the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates to U.S. dollar increased price dollar to the moon. This led to the price of Bitcoin will increase rapidly. Vinny Liam, CEO of Civic.com, who predicted the price of Bitcoin in 2016, also made predictions for Bitcoin prices in 2017. According to Liam, Bitcoin prices will double or even double 3 times over the next 12 months. The scenario that Liam analyzes is no exception to the appreciation of the dollar, pulling down other currencies such as the yuan. Thus Bitcoin will increase price. Another reason, Liam believes that Bitcoin will further prove to be top value hosting. In the economic downturn, Bitcoin has been confirmed. Liam expects in 2017 there will be more tightening regulations for Bitcoin business. This does not make the Bitcoin depreciate, but vice versa. To reinforce Bitcoin user confidence, the Bitcoin price will increase accordingly. At the moment, Bitcoin is sustained at a lightly moving price at $800, called the resistance. There will be 2 cases. 1. If the Bitcoin price passes this resistance level and starts increasing steadily, the Bitcoin price will increase constantly. 2. If the Bitcoin drops past $740, the price may drop sharply. Business Insider, the virtual currency market, has recorded strong growth in Bitcoin value. Accordingly, the value of each Bitcoin has increased rapidly from $2,500 to $2,600 and then reached the $2,749 mark last day. Explaining the phenomenon, experts say that is the impact of Japan officially recognized the value of Bitcoin virtual currency, and the supermarket system Walmart in Russia also receive payments in Bitcoin copper. Currently, South Korea is considering validating the value of this currency. According to CNBC News, Aurélien Minot, CEO of Bitcoin, predicts that the value of every Bitcoin can reach $6,000. Earlier, it was predicted that Bitcoin copper would only reach $3,000 in 2017. There is plenty of new liquidity to tap into the Bitcoin market, which has attracted the attention of investors in Asia, especially Japan and South Korea, along with information on a number of related debates. I do not think it's surprising that the price per Bitcoin doubled from the previous estimate to $6,000 by the end of the year, Minot said. The Bitcoin conference in New York for Speculative Bubble, Blogit Thursday, May 25, 2017. Vertical line 11:10 a.m. At vertical line 346, Bitcoin is close to hitting a price that could see a 47% correction, according to one analyst, following the huge rally for the cryptocurrency that has led it to record highs. On Thursday, Bitcoin hit an all-time high of $2,791.70, according to CoinDesk data, marking a 180% rally year-to-date. Meanwhile, the number of long positions, those betting on Bitcoin to rise, has risen 18.2%, while short positions, those thinking the cryptocurrency will fall, have declined 10% since the start of the week, showing that traders are getting more bullish on the cryptocurrency, according to data from Bitfinex. One technical analyst, who looks at historical trading patterns to determine future price moves, told CNBC that the $2,800 could mark the level of resistance where the Bitcoin pulls back. Bitcoin was as little as $9 off of that price on Thursday morning. Nicola Duke, an analyst at analysis platform Forex Analytics, uses a form of technical analysis known as Fibonacci retracement, which looks at the peaks and troughs of previous waves or rallies and falls in Bitcoin to get a sense of where the future price of an asset could move. In Wave 2 of Bitcoin, which began in the fall of 2013 and bottomed in January 2015, the price of the cryptocurrency rallied sharply for several months before seeing a steady decline. Following the January 2015, the asset began to rally again. Currently, the Bitcoin world is in Wave 3, and according to Duke's analysis, $2,800 could be the level at which Bitcoin begins its fall. The price is likely to hit $1,780, but could even fall as far as $1,470, Duke told CNBC. This would mark a 46.5% decline from Thursday's high. According to Fibonacci analysis, the way bull markets typically work is that you'll have a pullback that stops when it retraces a key percentage of a previous move higher. These key percentages all come from so-called Fibonacci ratios. One of those ratios is 61.8%. So she expects this particular wave, known as the fourth wave, to last 61.8% of how long wave 2 lasted, which means the rally after the correction would start in January. We will see the bottom in start of January. That is when stock markets typically tend to have a correction as well, Duke said. The number of reasons have pushed Bitcoin to record highs, such as legalization of the currency in Japan for payments, boosted interest from Korea, as well as the conclusion of a debate about the future of the cryptocurrency. 56 companies around the world and 83% of Bitcoin miners supported the Bitcoin scaling agreement, according to the Digital Currency Group. The document lays out an upgrade that should increase Bitcoin's transaction capacity. Because of these factors, Aurélien Minot, CEO of Gatecoin, the regulated cryptocurrency exchange, said Bitcoin could hit $6,000, revising a forecast from earlier in the year of $3,000. There is a lot of fresh liquidity flowing into Bitcoin, thanks to a surge in interest among investors in Asia, notably Japan and Korea, coupled with a resolution to the scaling debate. I would not be surprised to see the Bitcoin price doubling again to around $6,000 by the end of the year. The number of reasons have pushed Bitcoin to record highs, such as legalization of the currency in Japan for payments, boosted interest from Korea, as well as the conclusion of a debate about the future of the cryptocurrency. 56 companies around the world and 83% of Bitcoin miners supported the Bitcoin scaling agreement, according to the Digital Currency Group. The document lays out an upgrade that should increase Bitcoin's transaction capacity. Because of these factors, Aurélien Minot, CEO of Gatecoin, the regulated cryptocurrency exchange, said Bitcoin could hit $6,000, revising a forecast from earlier in the year of $3,000. There is a lot of fresh liquidity flowing into Bitcoin, thanks to a surge in interest among investors in Asia, notably Japan and Korea, coupled with a resolution to the scaling debate. I would not be surprised to see the Bitcoin price doubling again to around $6,000 by the end of the year, Minot said. Van Peterson is assuming cryptocurrencies in general, not just Bitcoin, will account for 10% of the average daily volumes ADV of fiat currency trade in 10 years. Foreign exchange ADV currently stands at just over $5 trillion, according to the Bank for International Settlements. 10% of $5 trillion is $500 billion. This is the ADV that cryptocurrencies could have. Bitcoin will account for 35% of that market share, which would be $175 billion of the $500 billion figure, he said. This would mean that $175 billion worth of Bitcoin would be traded every day. The Bitcoin industry has had its fair share of problems and reputational damage. The digital currency has often had an image of being used for illegal means such as buying drugs online. The collapse of Mt. Gox in 2014, once the world's largest Bitcoin exchange, is still fresh in the minds of users. Some members of the exchange are still waiting for compensation. More recent issues include some exchanges not allowing people to withdraw their money in fiat currency. On top of this, the view of Bitcoin as a currency for criminals is still prevalent after the major WannaCry ransomware cyber attack saw hackers lock people's files and ask for Bitcoin in exchange to unlock them. Still, Van Peterson says that the industry is still extremely young and big improvements will come. A few factors will boost Bitcoin adoption, including better wallets, easier methods to buy the digital currency, use of it for money transfers in areas like remittances, as well as citizens of countries with volatile economies and currencies buying it. Volumes are going up, volatility is going down. A lot of people talk about the volatility, but if you are in Zimbabwe or Venezuela, this volatility is nothing. This is the interesting thing to me. I think in the West, a lot of people view it as speculative, but emerging markets will get it. Their needs will be different, Van Peterson added. While Van Peterson is offering one way to value Bitcoin in the future, others say that there are other factors to take into consideration. It's one way of slicing the pie to try and predict future prices, which always relies on a lot of assumptions. Charlie Hayter, CEO of industry website CryptoCompare, told CNBC by email. Equating volumes to price value is one method of attempting evaluation, but it doesn't take into account the fundamentals of the ecosystem. The fundamentals of what Bitcoin is capable of from a technical point of view and how regulation is molded around its use will determine its value too, Hayter added. Bitcoin, the first cryptocurrency on the scene, is the largest and the most valuable among all. Bitcoin boasts of having a massive network with the highest hashing power and a significantly large community compared to hundreds of altcoins that followed. The leading digital currency has been exhibiting a strong positive price trend, hovering around $1,200 mark since the end of last year. If the recent predictions turn out to be true, then the cryptocurrency will experience an exponential increase in value to hit $500,000 per Bitcoin in the next 13 years. The latest among many Bitcoin prophecies was made by two individuals, Jeremy Leaf and Peter Smith. Jeremy holds the distinction of being the first investor in the popular chat application, Snapchat, while Peter Smith is the co-founder and CEO of a leading name in the cryptocurrency business, Blockchain. It is reported that the duo made this prediction in a presentation which they shared with the leading business news publisher, Business Insider. Jeremy and Peter have explained the rationale behind their Bitcoin price prediction, which is directly correlated to the increasing usage of the cryptocurrency in various applications. They have factored in the potential increase in the use of Bitcoin for remittance, which has already grown by 100% in the past 15 years according to World Bank's estimates. Similarly, the geopolitical uncertainties in the United States and the United Kingdom, along with other nations, are also expected to drive Bitcoin adoption among people finding ways to shield themselves from risks associated with traditional investments. Bitcoin has presented itself as an ideal alternative financial system capable of offering various services to the unbanked and the underbanked. The increasing mobile penetration in developing nations makes it easier for such services to reach the deserving population. The duo estimate Bitcoin transactions to make up for 50% of total mobile phone-based transactions in the coming years. Few important